So I have this thing I've been thinking about for many years now. Tang,มาได้ โอ้ยน่ารักน่ารักจังนะจ้า so many religions talk about the prospect of either going to heaven or to hell. Now, it's actually quite a ironic and a funny idea or theory or teaching, because they make you think that well, right now you are in a place that is that is not heaven or hell, right? However, if you look at life around you, if you look at world events, you look at poverty, people dying of hunger, people being physically violated, killed, slaughtered, animals being slaughtered, people who are what's the word? People who are victims of violence, all sorts of things, experiencing bad luck, losing everything, going through natural disasters on this planet. What else? So many things. And then when it comes to you as a human being, so we all grow older, and the older we get, past a certain point, like say past 40, the age of 40 or 40 something or whatever, I'm pretty sure most of you who are beyond that age, I'm 43 now, I will be 44 in April, I've been noticing significant changes, negative changes in my body. Everything that involves something physical like exercise has become so much more difficult to maintain. I get tired a lot quicker, a lot easier. Now I've been training as a MMA fighter. For those who don't know, MMA is mixed martial arts. It's a combination of many different martial arts, from karate to judo, kickboxing, Muay Thai, boxing, jiu-jitsu, grappling on the floor. Anyway, so you get really drilled to get fit. There's a lot of cardio exercises that you have to warm up first before you actually start with a sparring session, a fighting session. And I remember when I was like 20 years younger, I got fit very easily. So that's one thing. There's definitely, without a doubt, a deterioration of your body. And then take it further from there, add another 20 or 30 years and you basically start to rot away. your body starts going down really, really fast. Except for some people, there are always exceptions. But generally, yeah, as we get older, um, there's all sorts of health issues, um, diseases, cancers, whatever you name it. I mean, I don't have to. I mean, everybody knows. And then eventually you die. You know, you're on your deathbed, and you are totally helpless. Um, yeah, a lot of suffering. There's definitely a lot of suffering involved. Not only physical suffering, but you know, when you suffer physically, you suffer mentally and emotionally as well. And also, if you suffer, well, the reverse is also true. If you suffer emotionally or mentally, it can affect you negatively physically as well. Anyway, so what I'm trying to get at is that, um, yeah, life, this physical life we have, is, you know, okay, you're born, you're young, you're healthy, whatever. Or, well, some cells are born and they die instantly, or they're not healthy, they're sick, whatever. Um, the thing is that it's a process of decay, and yeah, it's uncomfortable. I mean, it's painful. There's physical pain, everything. Uh, I mean, just look at history, how people have been tortured and all of this. So, and then another thing is that, so you might have heard this before, and yeah, because it has been said by many spiritual teachers, channelers, and they say that the Earth, this planet, this world of ours, this realm, is the furthest away in the galaxy from any other star system that has intelligent life or even humanoid life. That we are the furthest away. We are very, very well hidden, and it's also said, you know, by spiritual teachers, channelers, that this world, the Earth, is we we are the furthest away from our original, you know, our true nature, furthest away from uh, the creator, if you want to call it that, God, spirit, source. We are disconnected, you know, by a veil that very much hides our true nature, our true identity as limitless spiritual beings, right? So, um, life on Earth is basically the toughest, the hardest experience of life that you can have anywhere in the universe. Other realms, other planets where there's uh, humanoid life, things are much easier, uh, and over there in the other worlds, when you incarnate, when you have a life there, you you are not in the state of amnesia, forgetfulness that we are. I mean, we don't remember where we came from consciously. We don't. Um, we have to use our imagination like really, really well to just imagine, what our true nature as spiritual beings are. Unless, of course, you've had a near-death experience. So we are the furthest away from, say, let's call it God. Okay, we are the furthest away, the most disconnected. Now, in the Christian religion, hell is said. Uh, Hell is a place or a state of being where God is not. It's a place. Hell is where God is not, or where you and me cannot really experience or feel our connection to God in a in a natural, automatic, conscious way. I am generalizing, but that is generally the experience. So, if that's the definition of hell, is that where God is not, um, this might as well be hell, or a form of hell. Um, it's not that after your death you can go to hell or so on. We are already here. This is like a hell world, and you can even say that those moments where we feel like it's heaven, like we feel blissful, we feel experience pleasure, good things in life. It's like a carrot stick. It comes, and then you get a bit more encouragement. You feel like, okay, wait, it's might not be so bad. I'm feeling really good right now, but it doesn't last. It doesn't last. Pretty soon you go down again. It's like a sinus wave. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Um, so, so the thing is, are we in hell right now, and we trying to get out of it? Well, okay. So, yeah, some people, if we look out there, outside of ourselves, and we see other people who seem to have this perfect life, and it seems like they're not suffering at all. They are absolutely financially abundant. They have everything. Well, some of them, with all that wealth, financial wealth and abundance, some of those people, or a lot of them, I'm sure you know too, some of them are, or many of them are depressed. They are even on medication. They kill themselves sometimes for no apparent reason that you can see from the outside, because their external life looks so perfect, and you wonder, like, whoa, what the hell? Why, why would the person do that? You might be thinking to yourself, geez, if I had that kind of life, why would I want to kill myself? Why would I feel depressed or anything? And that just shows you that, yeah, it doesn't automatically mean that you will be happy when you have everything. And I mean, there's so many. You can when you watch YouTube videos, when you watch the news, famous people, celebrities, billionaires, and eventually they also get old, sick. Uh, they end up on their deathbed, and they go through suffering as well, and everything decays, and they leave here with nothing. So nothing lasts here in this world. Nothing lasts. Everything is in a constant state of change and decay. You know, things can only get worse, so to speak. And it's well, if I think about myself, when I was very young still, not that I'm old now, but when I was very much younger than now, like say 30 years younger, uh, I never had the thought coming to my mind that I might uh, die one day, or get old, or uh, get sick, or whatever. There was this feeling of there was this feeling of like, I was feeling invincible. I was feeling like, taking everything for granted, and never thinking about the mortality of my body, because I felt very, very healthy, fit. I was participating in sports. I was cycling. I was really fit. Physically, I felt really, really great. So there wasn't that awareness of the body having the potential to get older, and experiencing discomfort and pain and illness and aging. But that changed, I'd say, when I reached the age of uh, 37, 38. I started to have an awareness come in suddenly, that um, just like a feeling, even subconsciously, that things are changing. Didn't feel the same anymore. I was becoming more aware of the imperfections in my body, getting tired more quickly, even though I was still active and trying to keep fit and everything. But definitely, and that's why, I mean, you see athletes, you see sports stars, people, the famous ones. After a certain age, they just can't keep up anymore. They just can't. No matter how much they put in even more than before, and the output is just not there. You know what I'm talking about. So, and they retire from their sport. So yeah, it's this is a world of decay, and I mentioned this before. So yeah, a while ago, a couple of months ago, I came across this man on YouTube, Darius J. Wright. His surname is spelled W-R-I-G-H-T, Wright. So Darius J. Wright. Anyway, so I mentioned him before, and so he's an OBE explorer. He explores going out of body, and he has a technique to do that. And well, apparently, well, he said he was able to do that since a very early age, so it came quite easy and natural for him. For most people it doesn't. Some people do experience spontaneous out of body experiences. I've also had this, you know, a couple. I went through a phase where I could, spontaneously would find myself out of my body. You know, call it astral projection or whatever. I could slip out of my body very easily. You know, when I sleep, it's kind of like waking up inside of your sleeping body. Your mind wakes up inside of your sleeping body, and that's when that opportunity comes to slip out, you know, and I was floating out, and it was feeling so amazing, so real and freeing, flying, floating, you know, out of the body. Anyway, so okay, now getting back to Darius, Darius J. Wright. So he explains. So he steps out of his body. He developed this technique, and it takes him between 3 to 5 hours, or sometimes longer. And he explains that he basically goes through a meditative process of shutting down his body, but not shutting it down to the point where the body will like die. You know, he shuts it down to a certain level where the heartbeat is very low, so the heart doesn't output a very strong magnetic field as it usually does, and that makes it easier to consciously exit the body into your soul body. And so then he finds himself in a different world, a different realm, which he calls the base reality. And he says there are no limitations there, no decay. It's like a perfectly heavenly realm where everything is possible. And he saw our creation, our world, our earth as just one creation, one of many. And he calls it a construct. It's a construct that we live in. And he saw many other worlds as well, many other constructs. And he says that when souls go into other constructs, other worlds that have been created, they are totally aware of where they come from. They don't have this veil of forgetfulness, so they're not born into those other worlds not knowing what happened, where they come from, with no memories. They know exactly. They stay fully conscious of the real world outside of the construct where they come from. They stay aware of that, and they can exit that world whenever they want to. But he says, and this is where it correlates to what other ancient spiritual teachers have mentioned, is that this construct, he also says, this is the only one, our world, where you come in, you are born into a baby's body, and you don't know where you come from. You forget. You forget that you came from another place. And that he says we come here to experience the opposite, the total opposite, the polar opposite of what we truly are. And that's why it makes sense that you come here to experience suffering and disconnection from truth. from your true nature. You come here to experience the total opposite of what is true. You come here to experience limitation. I mean, just the gravity of everything here. Physical limitations. There's no magic here. There's, everything is a physical effort. So many limitations. You can't just start levitating or floating here. I mean, and you don't consciously remember. You may have dreams where you go back, and we do. When we dream at night, we sleep. We may call it a dream or remember it as a dream when we wake up, but we actually go out of body, and sometimes we go home. So he calls that home, where we come from. So yeah, this is kind of a hellish realm, and some people are having one hell of a time. Well, yeah. So one hell of a time in the sense that they're having a really good time, but it doesn't last. And other people are having really a hell of a time. It also doesn't last. That's very much of suffering, very, very extreme suffering. So yeah, think about that. Don't think that. That's why it's kind of funny, the religions that says there's a hell that you can go to after this. But if you ever considered that this is a hell already, for many people, or at least for maybe not every moment of your life, but people do go through hell here. That's a fact. They go through hell. And I mean, like, take someone who is suicidal. I mean, to get to that point, can you imagine what kind of hell that person must have gone through to decide at that moment that he or she cannot take it anymore and they have to end their lives? Immense suffering. It can be triggered by either physical suffering, an illness, a terminal illness or something, or just pure mental suffering, depression, anxiety, mental illnesses or whatever. So yeah, anyway, that's the thought for today.